money them a teach. And them a sell out the beach. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy Kenyan, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch a blind and a resort to crime. You can't for me again. Come me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises done and them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and it's down in the river. Them a bull money and they lie them. Corruption smell and they pocket them smell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and thief when them sell it on me. When they treat the market man, when them a treat the cat man, when they treat the peanut man, when them a treat the dirt man.
Boom! I mean, I say a couple to the flex they represent for Wayne Global TV. So I say, you know the code in the Wayne Global TV is what fully blessed on the 90 days. So I say, yeah man, to the fullest. Yeah man, make sure them log in to Wayne Global TV. So I say, check it out. So I say, one cup of flex. So I say, Wayne Global. When you watch you know, see them a plan up and a try to put them money pan we head. But man a live too long, them want Wayne Global for dead. To him juggle so smooth that them want him life for dread. I through the bank a light the break, but we ain't all about the bread. We open up in the ears and no listen when we said, cause we lyrics them so smooth like the linen pan the bed. Them want we fit fall, we living pan the edge, I must say true, we make this them. We ain't Global TV, we are 90, hey. And 90, who Jaja bless, say no man can curse. Give it the Range Rover, who no drive years. Boom! We in Global TV to the fullest one cup of excellence. See me?
They must reach by now. Who we attack? The People's National Party hierarchy. Good evening, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Una have to sit with me. I'm kind of induced thick as well. May I get rid of the whole heap of starch over the Easter period. So therefore, me create my own soap to drink. And it really, I give me hell wherever you can think of it. But as the old song says, I will survive. And Mark Golden will survive. Because let me tell you something. Mark Golden over the last 3 years have survived tantamount of vipers. And any other new vipers is just going to be like the stagnant, the noisy mosquito in the stagnant water. And that are going, noisy mosquitoes in stagnant water. I wonder what it is that Mark Golden has done to the People's National Party. Why so much are going after him. But not only that, some are willing to work with the Jamaica Labour Party in order to bring down the Mark Golden-led People's National Party. Good evening, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Good evening to those on the X, to those on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. It's great to have you here. We know we're a little late, but better late, they say, than never. Arlene Forrest, good evening and welcome. Beat and Teach, Wagwan. Sonia Newman-Smith, good evening and welcome. Debbie Jervis, Sunshine. Audrey Robinson, James, real sweet, good evening and welcome. Patricia Matthews, good evening and welcome. Good evening to Rosemary Samuels. Miranda Raddock, good evening. Good evening to JC. Good evening to Arlene Foster. Good evening. Oh, God, sorry. Good evening, Miranda Raddock. Good evening, Sharon Powell. Good evening, Pauline Dixon. Good evening, Marjorie Lloyd. Good evening, Joan Brown. Good evening and welcome. Rena. Good evening, Millie McBean. Good evening, Patrick Evans. Good evening and welcome. Abina Sidoki. Good evening and welcome. Mary Messenger TV. JP. Timera. Good evening and welcome. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. JP, good evening. Violet Watson, good evening. Delroy Henry. Monica Hawthorne, good evening. Raymond, good evening. Patricia Williams, Tash, good evening. Good evening, Lilith Lockerbie, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Sengokal Mark Golden, Baron Muir, good evening. Angela Brownberg, Doran Clark, Dr. Dayton Campbell, and Carl Anthony Hilton. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us, bros. Good evening. Good evening, Forever Young. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Before I move off into my rant and the People's National Party traitors, I want to just recap on a few things. Where are they? I want to start on the commish first. Is the new commish on side with the Police National Federation, or you couldn't wait for come make sure that Mr. Rowan James is replaced? But if the one dege, if the one dege gun, we are putting a paper, is to show we that you are doing something. What about the amount of strong illegal guns across Western Jamaica, Colin Stewart, across Western Jamaica, and across Jamaica by extension? So are we to be frightened, Commissioner, that Commissioner work because he find one big old long gun? Horace Strong carrying big long gun by the container. So if you find one big long gun, Colin Humphreys, if you find one big long gun, what you want to do? Run around and say, Commissioner work because the Commissioner find one big long gun there, given that a whole heap of big long illegal gun Dr. Chang imported into the country illegally to arm his garrisons more than the police are armed. Pamela McNeil, good evening and welcome. So that is an issue we may just want to highlight, because on the other hand, these people always find gun, but nobody with it. We're tired of you. Yes, you tired. Colleen Dormer, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, rather, and welcome. We're tired of you. The history you have created as the first female director of public prosecution, Patrick Evans, you have messed the thing up so badly, Rodney Reed. You, Miss Dowell, have messed the thing up so badly to the point where St. Paul Llewellyn broke history in Jamaica is the second part of the sentence, because the most corrupt director of public prosecution we've ever had will be the headline for Paula rather than the first director of public prosecution. The most corrupt. With regards to this gentleman, because over the wedding reception, because that's most of what Gleaner journalists them and photographers them driving around and doing. Them drive around the country, pushing out them head, looking just for a wedding to make sure they bring you wedding graphics. While at the same time, hell a break loose round way, and these same people were informed in a hiding. Is there a cold case review, Miss Llewellyn? Have you ever, in the last 50 years, Miss Llewellyn, carried out a cold case review on the files in your office, Miss Llewellyn? How much of our Jamaicans have been lost in this your system? How much people, and we're not saying that the be all and the end all is you, but you've been at the prosecutor office for a long time. You've been the chief prosecutor for quite some time now, which gives you the chance and the opportunity to put things in place and put your stamp mark on it to say, Paula Llewellyn made this change. What are the changes you made to the office of the prosecutor, Miss Llewellyn? And to the judge, who released this man, as they would have it, on the strict gathering or whatever. You have not tried him for 42 years. The director of public prosecution has not brought a murder trial against him in 42 years. Why would you want to continue to suppress his right to liberty any longer? Is the DPP expected to go ahead with a case, or Will the DPP in this case filed a nolle prosse? But not only that, will the government compensate this man without him have to be pulled through a lengthy, corrupt, civil legal process in order to be compensated for the years that he has lost his liberty? You know how much people commit murder within that 42 years and has gone through the system, done their sentence and their rehabilitation? So why is he released under restriction? That is what I don't understand from the court. What are the evidence that you're going to use to try him now? Because you have not produced it in 42 years. Do we understand the detriment of such legal system where one could be lost in the system for over 4 decades, not being charged or not prosecuted? Do you want your children to be subjected to this type of justice? The things that we have to bear. Another of the issue, I want to appeal to Jamaicans using our roadway, because the chiefs of the criminals, they really care little about the people. My advice to you, Jamaicans, be careful. Nugget Lake, be careful on our roads. It's not rocket science to say, yes, the joyriding may give you a chill. But when the accident happened and you're there, there's a lay down, a roll, a bleed, and a grunt, it's a total different story. It was a bloody Easter weekend on our roadways when it comes to accidents. When it comes to accident, it was a bloody Easter period on our roadways. Hold on. Whether it be the Fern Gully devastation, the Ferry Hill in Portland devastation, or the Clarendon bypass, is it the Bustamante Highway devastation? We do not have Clarendon and the Clarendon Highway. Raymond, good evening. When I like up the life, no people, me will quarrel, Me will quarrel. Me out here feeling not too well when me couldn't lay down. So encourage me with a few likes, no please. There's 200 and odd of you here. Encourage me, man. Encourage me. So may appeal to Jamaican drivers. Drive safely on our roadways. Slowest is the fastest way to get to your destination. Slow is the fastest way, Jamaican drivers, of getting to your destination. The bloodshed on our roadways over the weekend, the trauma over the weekend. We need to start looking after ourselves and our well-being. We do not have a national healthcare system that looks after us or that we can depend on. Sir, help and rescue are going to come soon. No, it's not like that. It is not like that. I don't know why you would ask that question, Tamara, but no, it won't happen. It is not like that. You have to look out and look after yourself. We don't have ambulance nor nothing in our country. Nothing when it comes to first aid care. Very poor, very little. A lot of the time our people die through trauma, whether it be at the scene of an accident, stabbing, shooting, or whatever. Bleeding out, not handled properly is a cause why a lot of people die, because we do not have first aid responders across our country to deal with those issues. When you look at the Fern Gully incident, Maxine comments. When you look at the Fern Gully incident Sunday evening, my advice to the Jamaican government is one, everybody who have a driver's license should undergo first aid training, one. And two, every driver should be subjected to one, a fire extinguisher in your car and a first aid kit in your car. It's about time we become modern. It's time we become modern if we're going to become the superpower. Ronnie Henlon, good evening and welcome. If we're going to become the superpower of the Caribbean, then we need to act in that superpower capacity. And we need to implement the superpower policies. Beat and teach, I don't expect nothing from them, but we should still, there and daily, give them our advice. We should still give them our advice. Cousin Myrna, Wagwan. We know them now listen, we know them not care, but we should still give them our advice. Mark Golden reach yet? Is Mark Golden here yet? Paul Buchanan. A lot of you People's National Party members are aware of who Paul Buchanan is. Delta Campbell, good evening and welcome. The target, though, the target is Mr. Golden. And you have a circle of people going after Mr. Golden, supported strongly by the Jamaica Labour Party. Carl, Coburn, and Taylor. Now, you remember last week when I spoke to you about the Dwight Coburn, which is the traitor on the left. He is currently a project manager in the office of the Prime Minister. But he has an Andrew assignment, Dolores Logan. He has an Andrew assignment, Wayne Evans, to make sure they derailed the People's National Party presence in West Rural St. Andrew. Because the two Juliets are failing in St. Andrew at the general election. And as I told you last week, Coburn was going after the seat because the plot between Coburn and Holness is that Holness is going to fund Coburn to win that seat and then cross the floor when that happens. So they're still at it. No, this other thief, since me expose them next to Coburn here, come in and I try now to muddy the water. What is he doing? Going around the constituency, trying to set Mark Golden and his hierarchies at odds because he have it that Angela Brown Burke and all sort support him. He has it that Angela Brown Burke and all sort support him. So this is another paid agent of the Holness government to continue to the disruption of the People's National Party in West Rural. Who is behind all of this? The failed Andrew Baxter. Andrew Baxter, we gotta rob him and beat him because the health clinic, the health clinic where you take the money and thief and rob up and do what you want with what you did for bill. Gotta rob you. You know, see the amount for your thief, Andrew Baxter. The more you thief, the worse your diabetes become. But this Andrew Baxter, they might take it, KK, good evening and welcome. They might notch it up. Because the criminal, allegedly, Kevin Taylor, Velma Hall, good evening and welcome. With Mr. Hilton there. Mr. Hilton, Brown man. Spare me 1 second, audience, I will be back.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
Mr. Hilton, your right hand man, Kid. That thick brown guy. Remember Kid? Let me tell you something, you. On a JLP operative. My family is laced all across the constituency. My family is all across divisions in rural St. Andrew. They have a camera. Paul Taylor and Dwight Coburn. Criminals at large. What happened to Anthony Hilton, right-hand man? Anthony Hilton, what happened to Kid? It is said that Kid was murdered because certain badman politician couldn't rein in Kid, and Kid never talk from them. So them put out a hit on Kid. Do you know anything of that, Mr. Kevin Taylor? Because for those who follow the People's National Party politics, on a must member say Kevin Taylor was a member of the People's National Party. Criminally aligned Taylor. And then him jump to the JLP. Mark Golden him come back now, I look a seat. Me nothing use of fool, Mr. Golden. To bring in such a traitor back into the party. A lot of things you need to zoom in upon, Mr. Golden. These two on the screen here is paid by the Andrew Holness regime. They are hell-bent and disrupting the People's National Party presence in West Rural, St. Andrew, because they know they are in problem with that seat. So the Holness regime is determined to do everything in its money power Is there blood on your hands, Kevin Taylor? Did you, Mr. Taylor, order a hit on Kid? Mr. Hilton, why you don't come out here, come make we know if your constituency have been sabotaged by Kevin? Is that the only murder that Kevin Taylor name would be allegedly circulating around in? Mr. Taylor? Dunn's Electrical. Those of you from Kingston, you would know Dunn's Electrical, is it not? O'Neill Dunn, the son is. And if you're aware of Dunn's Electrical, you would have been made aware that Mr. Dunn, the father, is no longer. Do you know anything, Kevin Taylor, of Mr. Dunn's death? This Kevin Taylor going around the constituency, making it out to everybody that he's going to run for MP. He's going to run for MP and all sorts without any authorization from the People's National Party. He's just taking it. He's just running with the narrative. These two, that as soon as them step out, yes, people, let's take the likes to 200. There's 445 of us here. 149, I don't know, like the live. 51 of you hit it again that have not hit it yet and take it up there. So this alleged criminal is here trying to get membership now in the People's National Party. But the other pretender, which is Dwight Coburn, these people will go to constituency meeting. Mr. Golden, you know, say everything happen in your constituency in West Rural. Everything go back to the Jamaica Labour Party because these paid agents of the Andrew Holness regime, Mr. Golden, is determined to bring down your leadership of the People's National Party. Because Chink, Hog, Matt, and Dog now get them seats. Now get them seats anymore that them could roll up Nigel Samuels. That them could just roll up and get themselves in a seat. Mr. Golden is doing things more rather carefully. And these people in the People's National Party are willing to work with Holness in order to take down Mark Golden. So no, Angela Brownberg doesn't support you. She don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I have to tell you, you know yourself. And for the record, Dorothy Richardson, for the record, Angela Brownberg and I have never spoken. I don't speak to People's National Party operative because we don't know politician afraid of me because from when we did over partner John blah blah blah. But them are gonna make sure them do everything to disrupt Mark Golden government. Mayfair Hotel, Felines. Mayfair Hotel, Taylor. Mayfair Hotel, Coburn. Remember me telling you now, my family across Kingston, but on a job right in the hotbed of the family, whether it be Stony Hill, Lawrence Tavern, you name it. My family saturated across St. Andrew. So anything uno do, me have a camera upon it too. Every young girl, Ivan Riley, with the tuano run train pan or in Jamaica term, battery. We know about it and we have on a record. Uno never step foot into Mayfair Hotel. And we don't know. So if you think that go on and using, I'm at the office of the Prime Minister and I'm going to run as a People's National Party MP, it's not going to work. The people are awoken. They see you all for what you are. The issue, though, Jamaicans, the issue is the money politics. You see, to Andrew gave them a lot of money. They were flushing it out flushing the money out across the constituency because they're working hard. Dwight first wanted to go as MP for West Rural. He want to go against Cockburn Finn for the People's National Party. Andrew Holness was going to fund that, and then as him win, him cross the floor. Now, becoming exposed that them two ya gone on a different route. He is the one, Kevin Taylor, that is taking the poison message and the poison chalice, Shaman Ranger, around the West Rural St. Andrew constituency. And why is Coburn and Taylor doing this? It's to create confusion and undermining the People's National Party and creating confusion in the hierarchy to weaken Mark Golden. Mr. Golden, keep your eye on the ball. Anthony Hilton. Does Kevin Taylor, to your knowledge, have anything to do with Kid's death? Kid was your right-hand man, Mr. Hilton. Kid was your right-hand man. And it is said that a hit was ordered on Kid by Kevin Taylor because Kid wasn't taking any talk from Kevin Taylor. And it's the same. Kevin Taylor, it's alleged, Mr. Taylor, that years ago when you broke into Dunn's Electrical and wrestled with Father Dunn, did you use Father Dunn's gun to shot him, or did the gun go off? Did the father of Dunn's Electrical, Angela 48349, how you do? Did the father of Dunn's Electrical, did the gun went off in a scuffle, or did you use his gun to shoot him when you entered his place of business, Kevin Taylor? And you want to come run for MP Dennis Hall, how you do? And you want to come run for MP Kevin Taylor? But the big slush, there are some big slush in the People's National Party. We're aware. Lossum, you know, good evening and welcome. We're aware People's National Party T-shirt and color, but our really Jamaica Labour Party paid operatives, Shauna, in order to bring down the Mark Golden regime. Shauna, the honest truth is, Philip doesn't really give me much of a reason in the Golden camp not to trust him. Lisa must be gone. Lisa days are up and numbered, Elaine Turner. Lisa is a massive problem. Why do you think Lisa has been so quiet over the years? Because Lisa have a lot of people out there feeding information to create all sorts of narrative against Mr. Golden. Lisa has proved that she's a traitor. Oh, no, remember why Lisa did say she had stepped down? Because all them have to do is take out them gun and shoot me or drape me, you know, whichever is easier. On a member when them did catch that big jug Kimpim where them did lock up at the dance at St. Anne's. Yes, that Kimpim. Where they say Lisa is very close to. That Kimpim will fund Lisa campaign with him drugs money. Lisa jumped then because she know what could come later, but it's only because of our corrupt justice system where things can get swept under the carpet. But this Paul Buchanan here is one of the biggest traitors in the People's National Party. The orange t-shirt, but green heart, Paul Buchanan. Green heart, Paul Buchanan. One of the things where Paul Buchanan a grown go do, because Paul Buchanan run for councillor seat. Paul Buchanan is making it out. Paul Buchanan is making it out that Mark Golden never helped him out financially or assist him during the election. Really? Paul Buchanan? Not to my knowledge, Timira. Really? What about such man? The 600,000 Ron Perry. The 600,000 that such man gave you to run your campaign. Another 400,000 given to you by Mr. Golden towards your campaign. Bagatti Black, good evening and welcome. But because Paul and the JLP counselor are bosom body. Bosom body, the two of them lock tight together. Paul can get contract from the JLP counselor. So Paul Buchanan, along with Andrew Baxter, the other thief, is willing to sell the People's National Party short in order to make their friend comfortable. Now, this Kevin Taylor, I don't know who fired Kevin Taylor, why Kevin Taylor come back to People's National Party and look membership. Kevin, you and Dwight don't pay for the food yet? What kind of food am I talking about? Don't pay the woman up a country style restaurant who don't go toss food at a restaurant every day. Don't pay country style restaurant yet? Don't have money, a flash out where wholeness given up. For trick the people them, because wholeness given them money to walk around and fool the people them. Are you responsible for kids' murder, Kevin Taylor? Kid is from Brook Valley. Those of you in Brook Valley know who I'm talking about. Those of you from Denham Town know who I'm talking about. Mr. Anthony Hilton, you know who I'm talking about. Kid was very close to you. And it is said, Mr. Hilton, that this man did that to weaken your constituency. Because Kid was the go-to guy. Kid was the peacemaker within the community. And because them couldn't get Kid to arm the young men in the community to fight them boogie, but them boogie got risen. Them remove Kid. This man was sacked by Desmond Mackenzie. That is how useless Kevin Taylor is. When a crook and a criminal like Desmond Mackenzie can fire you, it means job horribly done. Why would Mark Golden want to bring people like these into a People's National Party that he has been working hard over the last 3 years to revive? Bringing these in will only serve Georgia Dennis as destruction for what you, Mr. Golden, and Dayton Campbell has gone around the country rebuilding. A whole heap of young women them to your battery. A whole heap of money them youth ya use and bribe young girl at night time if you come sleep with them and them title. But them tell we also so on a tongue very happy. Whatever happy tongue means. Good evening, Yvonne Green. Whatever happy tongue means, I wish for these young ladies to explain happy tongue, because I'm not one into the creation of definition when people speak. Patricia Williams. So please tell us, Mr. Taylor and Mr. Coburn, what does the phrase happy tongue mean? Are you gentlemen using your powers and the political offices to abuse young women across Jamaica? Are there any cases of statutory rape that you all might be involved in? Because when I have a pick for young girls, when I have a pick for vulnerable young girls, me not done with you yet, you know. Every day we have a comeback pound, because as I said to you, I am going to stand as a guardrail. I want the thief in Keisha there. Anyone see thief in Keisha Hales? You mean someone never put on the thief this evening? She depended on the thumbnail yes, but I thought I had her. Because all of these people are Andrew agent, you know. But the man here, Frank, from my understanding, Frank is the stepson of, Dwight Coburn is the stepson of Frank. Dwight's mother is a nurse. His stepfather works for the fire service. But it is also said that Dwight Coburn disrespectful and bad treatment of women stem from what he regularly sees throughout his upbringing. That wouldn't be subjected to Coburn alone, really. But it is said that Coburn's stepfather is quite a violent, abusive man. And he had witnessed that growing up throughout his time. Is that a reason why you show no respect to women? Is that the reason why you treat women the way you do? You think that they are a product that you can pay for and own. That you can pay for and own, Mr. Coburn. Backed up by that, you're using the power of the office. You're using the power of your office to solicit young women for sex, Mr. Coburn. And once you elicit sex from a young lady, you're bringing in Kevin Taylor on the kill as well. This is how these two young men, these two hooligans rather, treat young women. A lot of these young women work within the hotel vicinities or in the bar work vicinities. These are predators. Predators that Mark Golding needs to keep well far away from the credibility of the People's National Party. It is alleged that this Kevin Taylor, it is alleged that there's two murder Yvonne Riley. The murder of Kid from Brook Valley. It is said he ordered a hit on Kid in his silent fight against Anthony Hilton. He wants to disrupt Anthony Hilton's constituency. So that was his reason for killing Kid. But it is also said that this same, and let me tell you, those two families, you don't get what from them. You're not clear from the Dunn family. Neither are you clear from Kid's family. So don't think your crime is going to go unpunished or unnoticed. Keisha Hales, the workman them where you put to work, Keisha Hales, them say to tell yourself, them still await upon them money. The lady from Upper Country Style say to tell Dwight Coburn and Patrick Taylor, come pay me for me food, wanna trust. These are the JLP agents. These are the JLP agents. Mr. Coburn, me know you like slimmers, and that's why me all of the slimmers them. We work up at Mayfair Hotel. Me and them a friend. You can't come between me and my people then. One thing I know one come from up yonder there, so. A lie you know and tell. What me don't know about Uno, or what me don't know what me don't want to know yet. But election will come up in it, and we are going to settle some of them score you soon. Because one of the Billy Kid thief and murderers and criminal, Maud Turnbull, good evening and welcome. Me don't know what them I offer on, but I'm certainly not going to take my eyes off on because your all motive is clear and it is exposed. And PMP on the ground, don't go on like don't see what me I talk about. Maybe because me understand that some are afraid of them and them gunman. But to me, don't afraid of them and them gunman. Me with talk. Tata swap. Tata swap. When you have Dennis and Andrew Baxter them, I carry around a present to community that you are going to run as PMP NP. Tasha Swap, Mr. Golden, is one of the traitors as well. Tasha Swap and Catburn Flynn them are undercover friend. A lot of them, Mr. Golden, are there to derail your campaign. A lot of them are there to derail your campaign. L'Oreal Thomas. Hey. You're not too bad, you know. You don't too bad, but you have to stand up to the bullies such as Paul Buchanan, Andrew Baxter, and them two criminals, them two conmen, Andrew two biggest agents, Andrew two biggest agents in the People's National Party. But we have our eye wide open. Wide open. Because one, on a desperate for a seat. And two, on a desperate to take down Mark Golden. Because what? If Mark Golden loses, when I have a better gravy train, Lilith Foster. When I have a better gravy train with the Jamaica Labour Party them. So 4 inches. I want to present to myself as PNP is to do everything to make sure that the JLP them win because I want to protect on a gravy train. Paul Buchanan, Johnny D, good evening and welcome. May I come back at you tomorrow about Operation Pride. But people permit me to go shortly because, as me said, they take a washout after the Easter. Let me tell you what a powerful washout is for me. Blending aloe vera, the whole blade of aloe vera. Don't peel nothing off of it. Blend it up with some pineapple and strain it and drink it. You've never had such a powerful washout. It's like you're drinking a bucket of soap. So, because of that, it irritates me. So, I can't stay much longer tonight. But tomorrow, I'm going to return on these 2 tomorrow morning. Because the politics that is being played, bros, how are you? The politics that is being played at the moment to derail Mr. Mark Golden, especially since Mr. Golden's success at the polls in February. The Andrew Holness-led regime is determined to make sure, Blue Wave, that they disrupt the People's National Party, but more so the St. Andrew constituency. Oh, Charmin lives in England here as well. So, say a late time for we, Charmin, I saw 2 o'clock in the morning. But generally, this show is going to stick to its original timing. It's just because me not feeling well this evening. Canil Gale, good evening and welcome. Why me there keep pushing up the time? Because if I never told me want to come tackle them 2 upon the screen, me would have left it. But I'm going to come back at them because I'm not done with them yet. And all of the traitors aligning themselves to take down or defeat Mark Golden. Try pass my eyes when doing that. Try get past my eyes when doing that. Because let me tell you all something. I have got eyes, O'Neill Gale. I have got eyes all over the place watching you, Hugh Robotham. I've got eyes all over the place watching you, especially you too. You, the Dwight Coburn, who had party membership and a constituency meeting. You, Kevin Taylor, who since Mackenzie sacked you, you want to come back and take up membership in the People's National Party. Not under my watch. Your hands are not clean, Kevin Taylor. It is alleged that you have 2 murders under your belt. 1, you've ordered a hit on Kid. And 2, when you break into Dunn's Electrical and wrestle with Mr. Dunn, Marcia Essay, did the gun went off or did you shot Mr. Dunn? Do you have the credibility? Do you have the credibility to ask the people of Jamaica to vote for you? Well, we saw the exposure of Venetia the other day. A whole heap of Andrew Holness moles. Andrew Holness and Lisa moles are around. A whole heap of them. Lisa is still hurt from the Bunting and all that campaign where them use money outrun Lisa Hanna. But my issue is, all right, that argument tuggered and buffled in the public spheres for almost 3 years. But now we see the rebuilding of the People's National Party. If these people were socialists, they would have come on board and helped to rebuild socialism in Jamaica. But especially since Mark Golden's success at the poll, them and Andrew Holness step up the game. Andrew is willing to pay, and they are willing to do the dirty work. But let me tell you, Kevin Dunn, it not done. Kevin Coburn, it not done yet, so. And to you, Dwight Coburn and Kevin Taylor, it do done yet, so. It not done yet, so. It is going to continue to rumble and rumble until Una go to the Jamaica Labour Party where una belong. Stop going around the constituency. A big up on the chest so now go run for the people. No, you're not. You're not. And if Mr. Golden want to give one a membership in our party, go ahead, Mr. Golden, because you will be next in line. Amazing Grace. Good evening and welcome. Remember, we say over here, we're not protecting anybody. We're here to look out for the people of Jamaica. So may I warn you, Mr. Golden, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, Mr. Golden. And from last year, may I warn you, so there's a lot of moles, Mr. Golden, around you. Lots of them who wants to see your demise and the demise of the People's National Party under your tenure, Mr. Golden. You have to sit up and have your eye wide open upon this crook. They have been already paid. They have been already paid. Me no know Dwight Coburn. Is there any truth to the argument that the Prime Minister has put you on long leave? Would Andrew Holness be able to answer the question if Dwight was put on long leave as a consequence of me exposing Holness and Dwight plan for West Rural? St. Andrew. Go and go repent. Go and repent, Kevin Taylor. The mission that you're on now, Kevin Taylor, is a failed one. And I'm going to make sure, Kevin Taylor, that it fails. Because nothing you are doing, Kevin Taylor, the JLP agent, is to benefit the people of Jamaica, Althea. It's all about your personal political gain, and make sure you fulfill Andrew Holness's agenda by carrying out the work where Andrew go no for them. Remember, when me start pound me now stop, you know. When me start pound uno now stop. I only am short man from Grand Spen. Short man from Grand Spen. Me I go leave uno and Andrew Holness to ponder about that. But join us back here tomorrow. Always observing. Join us back here tomorrow. Well, even before Dennis Meadows, I did told Mark Golden he is one to be careful of and one to watch. Dennis Meadows, I did warn Mark Golden last year. Wasn't it Dennis Meadows that says Mark Golden is weak and spineless? But join me back here tomorrow when we will continue to look at the criminals and crooks employed by Andrew Holness in order to disrupt Mark Golden's. I remember the voice note. Sharon Powell. So join us back here tomorrow, even when we continue the exposure on these criminals. Because one thing we will not let them do Debbie, help me with the timing here. The morning program, the At a Glance program will move up to 1 o'clock UK time. That is to facilitate the Eastern timing that you're used to the early program on, which is should still remain 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. Eastern time. The Drive Time London and the People's Point of View program, we will dance about with it and see how it goes for now. Because of the time changes, we are ahead. So we're going to still remain on 7 a.m. Eastern time with the At a Glance program. Then the Drive Time London, we will still remain on our London timeline as well as the PPV program. So let's see how it goes. You all know that the UK have 2 different time zones, and we are in the extended time zone at the moment, which is 6 hours ahead. We're further on down in the year. By next month or so, sun I go up Paulette Jones. Sun I go up in the sky at 9 o'clock in the evening, same way. So thank you all very much. Join us back here tomorrow, where we continue to protect the People's National Party like hen protecting chicken. Why are we doing that? Because our country needs a change. Thank you very much, and good night from Global Television. Kenny and Gail, good evening.